Hey folks, Mr. Dell here. We are looking at a problem that gives us some information about a parallelogram, and then from there, have to calculate its area. So this is CPM Course 2, and this is from Section 9.1.3, number 46. So it says here, draw a parallelogram with a base of 3 and a height of 7 centimeters, and show how to calculate its area. So I'm going to draw a couple different looking parallelograms. One is the one that you may think of. All that needs to happen is when you talk about a parallelogram just means the opposite sides are parallel. So they're parallel lines. They'll never cross, right? If they continue on, they never cross. So there's two sides that would be considered parallel. And then if I connect here and here, there's two sides that would be also considered parallel, right? So this would be a parallelogram. It says that the height, and this is not going to be drawn to scale based on my numbers I'm seeing, but that's okay. So it says that the base is 3, so I'm going to call that 3 centimeters, and the height is 7 centimeters. Now, the common error would be to call this 7 centimeters, but that's not the height. Remember, height has to be the number that is perpendicular to the base. So if I were to draw the height, I would put this little dashed in there, that right there, and again, not drawn to scale, but that would be the height. That distance would be the height. So the base and the height, right? So that would be what the parallelogram could look like if it had that shape. The other way a parallelogram could look is, again, all I have to do is have parallel sides. So if I had my two sides like this, and two sides like this, what am I drawing? I actually could draw a rectangle, and still it's known as a parallelogram, right? With its base as 3 centimeters and its height as 7 centimeters. The base and the height just have to create that 90-degree angle, and that's what a rectangle would do. So each of these would be examples of parallelograms. So how do we find the area? Well, area of a rectangle is base times height, right? It's length times width. It's base and height. So the area here is 3 times 7, which is 21 centimeters. It's the same in this parallelogram. If I have a parallelogram that has the slanted sides, if you will, not like a rectangle, it's also the base times the height. Why? Because if you think about this, if I were to cut this little triangle off here, it would fit exactly over here. And what shape do you now have? If I cut this, remove this, and put it over here, I have a rectangle. So area of a parallelogram is always base times the height. Okay, and so base times height in this case is 7 times 3, and which is equal to 21 centimeters squared. Okay, there we go.